with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So fucking obviously there's been the tragic mass shooting down in Bondi Beach. Pretty fucked up. I know that area very well. I lived around the corner from there for quite a while. I fucking spent heaps of time there as a kid. Seems very surreal that there was a fucking mass shooting there. Like, I haven't fucking... It's just too fucking depressing. There was a mass shooting in Sydney. There was a mass shooting at Brown University over here. Like, fucking... It's just a lot. So I just haven't been able to stomach looking into the details too much. I've seen some shit online, obviously. I think there was like 15 people dead. Seems to have been a father and son rogue duo. Now, this is the way I see things. I really think these two were just rogues. Obviously, they were Muslim rogues, which doesn't help, which is going to be used for whatever. Like, this is why these fucking events, or why violence never fucking works, because now other nefarious actors can use this as an excuse to commit any sort of atrocity they want, or the state can use it to revoke any other freedoms that they feel necessary. And obviously everyone is in shock, everyone is scared, everyone is fearful. So in the moment, everyone will be willing to relinquish their freedoms for a little bit of safety. You know the play. It's the same shit over and over again. So there will be like conspiracy theories about this, but the way I see things is when it's a state-sanctioned terrorist attack or false flag or some fucking dodgy violence, then the perpetrator or the assailant or the mass shooter or the fucking gunman will be very hard to find and identify, and you'll see very like murky pictures and you're like, is that the guy they're really talking about? And then when you look into the person they give you, there's no fucking history about them, and you're like, what's going on here? But when it's just a rogue actor, when it hasn't been sanctioned by the state, and well, even if it isn't sanctioned by the state, occasionally they just let these things happen so they can use the crisis. But when it's a rogue, you'll get very clear pictures of the people involved. You'll get HD fucking images. You'll get birthmarks. You'll get hairline. You'll get names. You'll get histories. You'll find friends of friends. Like, you'll get a detailed picture of who these people are. That's why I feel like these two are just like fucking rogue. Obviously, they'll be linked to like Muslim extremism and all that sort of shit, obviously. And obviously, the more right-leaning media will use it as a wedge to further divide Australia racially. That's why there was a guy, the hero, the Bondi mass shooting hero, who tackled one of the gunmen, stole his gun off him, and then fucking, I don't know what he did, disarmed him, and then the other cunt fell over. But that guy was Muslim as well. So that's kind of poetic. Abdullah fucking something al-Haq Khabib is an Australian hero. All Muslims are terrorists except this guy. But I think the Muslim community in Australia, I think it's time fucking to weed out the fanatical elements, because yeah, maybe not all Muslims, but definitely some Muslims, and like we've seen it play out a million times now. If it is some, then the media and everyone are going to say all. So it sort of doesn't matter if it's not all. the Muslim community now are going to have to fucking come together and, I don't know, weed out the bad actors. Because I have a lot of Muslim friends. And I ask them, I'm like, so who the fuck are like these jihadist types? Who are these extreme ones? And they're like, they're not Muslims. Like, they're not true Muslims. If they followed the Quran, Islam is a peaceful religion and these guys are going against the Quran. And I'm like, peaceful? That's not what I've heard. And they're like, if you read the Quran in Arabic and you understand the teaching, it's a non-violent religion. And I'm like, well, that's not what I've heard. What about this jihad stuff? And one of my Muslim friends was like, well, technically, the meaning of jihad in the Quran is the war within yourself. And I'm like, that's not what I fucking heard. And I was like, well, maybe if it's peaceful religion, you're going to have to get out there and start fucking showing it and weeding out the bad seeds. I don't know. Because even if you feel like you can justify violence, it absolutely 100% has never fucking worked. It has never solved a fucking problem ever. It has only created more. Anyway, fucking another dark day in the history of humanity. Probably not going to be the last one. Alright, that'll do for tonight, and I'll see you the fuck later.